I've got some people in the waiting room, but I really wanted Betsy on because I did just want to
Yeah.
warn her that there'll be a few
Yeah.
other people.
No, so she should be coming on in about, well, she said she didn't think she needed to come early, so.
I
Do you want
know.
me to text her and say, come on now?
Yeah, I mean, please.
So who is our Ginny, Cricky? Who were the 5 that were on the
Turned into
email?
6.
She,
Maura can't come, so it's Ginny, Cricky, Jill, you, and Susan Paul.
so is Susan Paul waiting?
No, she's not there. It's a friend from
Is
London. Cricky's waiting.
So let Cricky in,
Okay,
because then she won't be,
okay.
then she won't be suspicious.
Hi, Cricky.
Cricky.
Hi, Sue. How are you?
Good to see you. Oh, you're all ready.
I'm all ready.
We were hoping to get Betsy.
Yeah, I'm just
early, 'cause I
texting her
did-
to say, come on to Zoom, we're here.
We just, because I
So-
wanted to warn her there's going to be more than 6 or 7 people.
I know, well, you'll do that with, but she'll come on and she'll see the 3 of us.
Yeah. This is not.
If you see Susan Paul in the waiting room, let her in,
Yeah.
let Betsy in, and if Jill comes in. Oh, Betsy.
Oh,
Betsy, hi. Oh, well, I'll send you the link. Hold on, I'll send it to you.
oh my God.
Hold on, I'll send it to you.
She told me
I got
told
it
me
the
she
other
didn't-
day.
she didn't need practice and she didn't need.
No, I'm gonna send it to you. Okay,
Oh my
bye.
God. We've now got about 8
It
people.
doesn't have the
waiting.
link.
Oh, she
That was
She
Betsy.
does.
well,
Michael's like, what the fuck is she talking about? I'm like, yeah, relax.
does. She's had it about 3 times.
Yeah, okay, I'll send it to her.
Oh, I do want her because
Okay,
I've got a bunch of
that's
people
okay.
in the waiting room.
Yeah, well,
How are
that's
you,
fine.
Cricky?
I'm fine. Thank you. How are you? You look great.
Very well. Well prepared, I should say.
Yeah,
Well, I'll
actually,
send
I've got a sign on my chest that says 70.
I
wish
realize the
was
top
just
of my
70.
hat doesn't show in the pictures.
Oh, well, no, I can see the top. What? Wait a second. No, I can't quite see the
Okay.
top.
Right.
Okay, I've just sent it to her.
Okay.
Is Susan Paul there? Is she coming?
Who's Susan and Robert? I can't think. Is that? I don't think.
That's
Oh,
Susan
it-
Paul, isn't it?
That's
No,
Oh.
'cause
Alain. Is that right?
oh,
Oh,
right,
Susie
Susie
Allen.
Ella.
Oh my
Fun.
God.
Okay.
Okay.
So we've got,
Yeah.
I think, at least 5 cousins from, and possibly their kids from all over.
Fun.
And then
Wow.
just a bunch of friends. Joni, who's the first I'm going to let in here after Betsy, is
Mhm.
a childhood friend from Chapin, New York, who's lived in London
Nice.
forever. Come
Nice.
on,
Great.
Betsy. Oh,
Anyway,
You've done
I
a
just
great
sent
job.
it to her by email, so hopefully she's got it. It's okay, nobody, like, it's not 12 yet, Sue, so relax.
no, it's got a
not 12.
minute to go.
Yeah, it's got a minute to go. No, and you told people, be patient, so,
Yeah.
they'll know. If
And
they're Zoom people, they'll know.
Can you read my sign behind?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
crap,
happy
I had some of
birthday.
those from my mom's birthday. I could have put those up. Damn.
Oh, by the way,
Shoot.
it's Susan Paul's birthday as well.
Right.
Oh, is it? Oh, thank you.
Oh my
Thank you,
God,
I
we've
didn't-
got them all. Come on, Betsy.
It's okay.
She told me Sunday she didn't need to practice. Then her internet went out.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah.
It's okay. She's probably a little scared. Especially actually it was when I went on, I thought, oh geez, maybe putting Betsy's surprise birthday party as the subject wasn't a good thing.
To,
But that's okay.
to,
We're there
to-
now. Like we're there, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Look, she's 70. It's I know there's a group of her friends who are doing something later too.
Oh, later today?
Not later? I
Well,
didn't know what time that was happening.
I think it's going to be like a drive-by thing, something.
Oh,
Oh,
would
okay.
you
I don't
that
know
makes
the
sense.
details. Oh, there she is.
Oh,
Okay,
there
get
she is.
singing.
Okay.
Happy birthday
Day
to
to
you. Happy birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Betsy,
Happy
can you hear her?
birthday,
Dear
Betsy.
Betsy. Happy birthday to
birthday
you.
to
She's on
you.
mute. You unmute her.
Can we hear you?
No,
Unmute,
she's
unmuted,
unmute.
Betsy.
Unmute yourself.
The top of
My
the
God, you
screen.
got your pearls on.
I
Oh
put
my
my,
God.
Okay,
I
there
do
we
too.
go.
Okay, Betsy,
Happy birthday.
Betsy,
Oh, earrings? Oh my God, really?
we have a
Okay.
few other guests.
okay, are they
So
here?
they wanted to come, so, you know, be prepared.
Be
Oh,
patient. Yeah, it's not just Art and Judy and our.
Not just us. Yeah, just,
Thank you, everybody for coming. I love
Did
your
you-
boa. Oh,
did you go to your door, Betsy? Did you go to your door?
Betsy, we've
Oh,
got
look.
Nick
This
and
is-
Pat.
oh my,
Who's not muted? Come on, let's have an unmute here.
he's muted.
I'm
I just have to do
unmuted.
one thing. I just have to do
Sue?
one thing. I'm so sorry.
There you go.
I'm-
Sue,
Yes,
There
that's
we
better.
go.
Unmute.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're perfect. This is Chris.
You
Chris
did,
and
you
Nick.
did say hats.
You said hats.
You got it. And of course, Betsy's late and her internet's not working, but we have a few
Oh,
others in the waiting room that I'm going to have to.
she
I'm
went
not-
somewhere.
I'm not
There
late.
she
I
is.
didn't
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
there it is. Good. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, she's got one too.
This is Beaver Lake, by the way, in the
I
background.
wondered what it was. Yeah.
I could-
Yeah.
So you
Very
said
nice.
hello to Nick and Chris, right?
I did. I can't believe everybody's wearing hats. I have this. I have
Put
to-
yours on. Put yours on.
Oh,
Oh, God.
Who's
There
that?
you
That's
go.
Joni.
Aloha, where are you? Oh, yeah, there you are. Yay! I don't have a hat on though. I'm sorry, I've been busy. Happy birthday.
Someone
I
else is
can't
there as well.
believe I just got your wonderful birthday. Barb.
Sue, hi Sue. I don't know any of the other people. Of
Hi,
course.
hi, Joni. Great to see you.
Hi.
Thanks for coming early.
Joni and I were at school together when I was 10 in New
Oh.
York.
Oh my gosh.
Long time ago.
Nick, I held in my arms when he was a baby, my cousin.
Yeah, well, where have you been since?
My arms don't seem to fit around you.
Betsy, what's going on with your head?
Oh, I've got a,
Ah,
but it's because I've got this video background.
oh, right.
Change the back.
Betsy,
You can
Yeah.
change that.
do you see John Porter? Betsy,
Yes,
see
well,
John Porter?
I see is there.
where he was there. And this is Ian Porter. Hello.
Ian, I can't believe you're muted, Ian.
Only by reputation.
This
Ian,
is fantastic. So these are childhood friends of ours. The Mitchells and the Porters were inseparable for decades.
Right.
And Ian is in Washington and John is in London. John is.
Oh, wonderful.
Haven't I met John at least?
Yeah, John, Joni. Do you remember Joni Spears?
You probably don't, but I remember you.
Yes.
Oh, Tom's there.
Yeah.
We've got
John
Anne.
and Ian, you're muted.
Yeah,
Mute.
John's hoping to join later.
Oh, who?
John,
Steph?
my brother.
Oh, he's here.
He's,
Oh, he's
here.
already here?
He's
Oh.
muted.
So we've now got Nancy Fuller and
And Tom. With
Tom Winterbotham.
nobody knows everybody. I have to do some introductions. Sandy. Oh, my doorbell just went.
Hi,
Tom,
Tom.
All right.
No.
Hi, Tom.
ignore your doorbell. Tom is Andrew's son, who's not here yet. Betsy, come back.
Guest honor is taking off.
So for
Her
all the
doorbell
rest of
ring.
you-
It better not be part 2 of her day.
Oh my God.
Oh, no, I hope someone managed that.
I
So
told
now
them not
we've
between
got-
noon and 1.
Who's this? Oh, someone else.
Very suspenseful.
Oh, look, beautiful
Ah.
flower.
Hey, Nats.
Andrew, cousin Andrew is here.
Mom.
Oh,
Hi.
Becky.
Ages and ages and ages. And Sandy.
birthday.
Happy
Sandy.
birthday. We're going to sing in a minute.
Yeah. that's
Every
right.
10 minutes we'll sing.
Oh my
Um,
God, it's incredible.
We have Becky Eastburn, who's the daughter of Andrew Winterbotham, who's just arrived, cousins,
Becky.
cousins.
Hi, Becky. Hi, how are you?
I'm Okay.
And Rick Bannon, you may know.
Rick, I can't believe this.
We've got Owie Henry, Betsy, but I'm not sure she's going to show herself. Remember Owie Henry?
Of course I remember Owie.
Of course.
So we're gonna have to introduce everybody.
Well, everyone's going to sort of introduce themselves. I think
Hi, Owie.
Bill Stainforth.
birthday!
Happy birthday!
Jill.
Happy birthday.
God, look at all these people.
Jill, are you
Wow.
on my-
There's Owie. Here's Ginny Off.
Jenny, oh, this is ridiculous.
Yes,
It's
that's the plan.
it's so small, I can't even see anymore. Who's that?
Not everybody.
Well, unfortunately,
What's
we're
that?
going to have to go on to a new page, I think. Cousin
Yeah.
Meg is joining.
Oh,
Sarah
my-
Colby.
this is crazy.
Susan and Robert, I believe, are the Alain. Here's Sarah. Meg is getting connected. Oh, Andy.
Sarah,
Andy, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yay!
And Becky is around and Tom's there as well.
Yes, Becky, it's wonderful.
so I have to tell you all, these are people from New York when I was at school with well, all these cousins from England and
Wales.
Wales and England, Wales, Jenny's in Toronto, and Guy's in Hatley, and Sarah's here, and Susan's here, and Ann Dadson's in Colorado. I mean, this is better than a party. They would never have all got together.
Oh, that, Betsy.
And Nick is
Oh,
in Wales.
And we have Sandy Salmons, who's a friend of mine here who knows Betsy from my 70th party. I did see you somewhere. God, this is confusing.
Oh, it's Susan Paul from Montreal West. I just saw her in person. Oh my goodness.
Happy birthday.
Where are you, Betsy?
Paul.
How am I?
Yeah, where are you? Look like you're on a rugby pitch or something.
Happy birthday, Susan Paul,
I'll
too.
take that away. That is a picture of Mount Royal in the autumn in the background that I just put up, but I didn't put it up for you guys. I have to take it off.
Oh,
I'm sitting in a car park at a hospital at the moment. So
Oh, dear.
Are you?
yeah, so I may have to log off and come back once I've got home is what I think I'm planning to do.
Are you
Okay.
So one of the instructions was everyone should come with a 1-minute anecdote for Betsy. So if you don't mind, I'm going to kind of orchestrate that a little bit. Other people will join and we'll have to say hello to them in a while. So where do we start? Maybe Nick Winterbotham, top right on my screen.
okay. Okay, yep. This is this. I want to take you back 62 years, if I may. I'm 4 and you're 7 and Sue is 9. And I'm staying with Auntie Gertrude, you may remember her. And you decided to take your bratty cousin, that's me, to school for a day. First contact I ever had with a school, it was a school in Kingswood. I can't remember the name of the school, but that's where we went. And I was actually terrified because I was surrounded by huge girls for the whole day. It was really scary. Never got over that, really. I was fussed over for at least half a day. They read stories to me. I was sort of an animatronic teddy bear, really. I was sort of passed from one child to the next. And it was my first brush with education. And 62 years later, I'm still teaching. So thank you very much.
That was my cousin Nick from Wales and his
Who's
wife,
that?
lovely wife Chris.
Lovely wife, Chris, who's our oldest cousin now. Regrettably, he lost his older sister and our oldest cousin. So Nick is now the statesman of the cousin.
Never been called that before.
There you go. So
Thank you
Andy,
again.
maybe since you may have to go, why don't you come next? He's our number 2 cousin.
Cool. Well, what I was thinking about was sitting by the lake at the lake house, surrounded by snakes who were living in the little cottage that we were staying in, and sitting on the porch in a lovely summer's evening, watching aeroplanes go over the top and spitting cherry stones at each other, which seemed to be the thing. We seemed to be able to get huge distance on our cherry stones. I think probably Betsy was the expert at that. But certainly the amount of cherry stones were being flying across the lawn was something to behold, really. It was hilarious. And I just remember laughing the whole evening, and it was a beautiful time. And swimming with the snakes was always fun. And we had noodles, which seemed to catch on quite well. We seemed to be
can't
floating.
steal our stories.
That's a great image of Betsy and the lake in Vermont that she loves so much.
That's it. It was wonderful.
How about another distant person, John Porter in London, who I haven't seen. This is really a sad that I haven't seen you for so long, probably 4
Right.
decades.
Very good to see you. So Betsy, 1976, Olympics, Montreal, and the new house in Memphremagog. And we were having a really lovely day, getting in and out of boats. And then you did something really very stupid, which I probably remember, which has probably left quite a nasty mark on your leg. But I just wanted to wish you really happy birthday and fantastic memories of Canada and all the Mitchell clan, and sending you lots of love. I need to go shortly, so a happy birthday.
John, thank you. And John is an old family friend living in London, and is a doctor and professor in London.
Why don't we hear from his older brother, who's usually in Thailand, but quarantined, let's call it that simply, in Washington now for 5 months or whatever. Ian.
Yes. Betsy, I'm going to take you back a little bit earlier to I think the late 60s. And you were at McGill, and John and I were still at boarding school in England, but we would come out to Calgary to spend time with our parents. And as Sue said, the Mitchells and the Porters would meet up for holidays. And I remember being particularly impressed by your stories when you were working for the summer at Jasper Park Lodge as a part of the bedroom team. There were 2 little stories I remember in particular that I've taken with me all through these years. One was how you made sure that the guests knew that you were the one looking after their bedroom, and as a result, they would give you a nice tip when they left. And the secret to that was to remove the coat hangers from the room just before they arrived. And then as they were settling in and unpacking their suitcases, you would hop by and introduce yourself and say, if there's anything I can do for you, please let me know. And of course they would say, well, there are no coat hangers. And you would say, well, that's really a problem. There's an extreme shortage of coat hangers. I can do. And that seemed to work really well in terms of nice tips. And the other anecdote I remember was that you got quite frustrated that so many guests left beautiful breakfasts in their room because they had to rush off for their golf times. And of course, they hadn't had time to really eat their breakfast. So at some point you decided, well, this is just race. And so you hop to the guest bed and you enjoy his breakfast. And I think I may have added to the story over the years, but the addition was that the guest decided to come back because he'd left his coat behind or something like that. And you were sitting in the bed enjoying his breakfast, and he said, very sorry to disturb you. I'll just collect my belongings and move out. So anyway,
Great. Those are very Betsy stories.
Long.
Let's
time.
have Nancy, would you like to give us, since we've talked about Vermont already? You have something for us?
She's muted.
Can't hear you.
So you can unmute people, I think.
Oh, I can? Even if they've muted themselves?
Nancy, you're muted.
Would they dare?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yes.
There we go.
Okay, I just wanted to thank Betsy for all her support over the years. There's a lot of men down there trying to run the place, but Betsy supports me in my endeavors down there, which I appreciate so much.
Nancy is my place in Vermont. She great friend for many years from down there.
You're looking great, Betsy. Now I got physio, so can I love you and leave you?
Thanks for.
If anyone needs to leave, please raise a hand either mechanically or some other way.
And Susan, thank you so much for inviting me.
Of course, of course.
Okay, take
You've
care.
been so kind to me too. How about Barb Drury? I just noticed she has my kind of hat on.
Okay, see you ladies. Thank you.
Thanks, Nancy.
Okay.
Can't hear you. Do I have to do this?
Oh, what happened here?
I'm so sorry, I've got to run off.
Oh, Becky. Okay,
I'm
quickly, Becky, this is Andrew's daughter.
Okay.
Becky. Hi, Becky.
Hi, happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time to be here.
I'm still at work. I've got to
Oh, well
run.
done.
Yes, I wanted to just share with you my memory of you emerging from the lake by your your whatever you call it, wood cabin, log cabin that we were so captivated by, and emerging with two noodles coming from your head as if like a Loch Ness monster. And we just thought it was the best thing ever. I have this image of you, and every time I see a noodle, and yeah, since then, which is now, I don't know, 25 years ago, that is what the picture that comes to my mind. Also, your freezer, where you opened the door with Ben and Jerry's just lined up. I just thought, I'm never leaving this place. This is the best place ever.
Thank you, Becky. Have a great afternoon.
Thanks, Becky. Thanks. Great memories. I remember those.
No, I still have the audio though.
Sorry, so we're going to
Oh, I
do
turn it
daughter
off.
because Susan Paul is looking very bored.
How do I turn it off?
Susan, you're muted too.
Am I unmuted now?
Yes.
I'm not looking bored at all. Why do you say I'm looking
Oh, it
bored?
was just the, the expression. That's all. It's a happy birthday to you too.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
It's an honor to share a birthday with Betsy. Betsy and I became really good friends at Eagle Mountain. Too bad Nancy's not still here. And then also in the food court of the Here building where she worked with her illustrious law firm, and I taught
Okay,
English.
how do I get off the Zoom?
You can't hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, and we'd have our smoking.
Nancy?
Yeah?
Just
I'll
press leave.
mute her. I'll mute her. It's okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Anyway, all that to say, Betsy's a dear family friend. All my kids are very close to Betsy, and I think of her as my Montreal sister. So happy birthday, Betsy. And I know we've already seen each other today. Hugs and
I couldn't, the feelings are reciprocated. Susan, happy birthday and happy anniversary to you.
Thank you. Rudiger was here a second ago, but the garden was calling him. He can't sit still.
Yeah, I saw him go. Let's try Barb Drury again.
Can
Yes.
you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Well, I knew Betsy a little bit at McGill, and then have really been kind of a post-retirement buddy. I'm fortunate enough to see a lot of Betsy. We've done a lot of cultural consumption together. So we started by English Montreal Theater. And yes, there is English Montreal Theater. It's not Broadway, but it's theater. And we went from there to the opera, and we went to the Met and Stratford, etc. So we've done a lot of wonderful things together, and I look forward to doing them again. So Bets, happy, happy, happy birthday.
Thank you so much, Barb. That's so sweet.
And Barbie is my older sister from, no, is it called Big Sister from the
Big sister from the fraternity.
I have a very close feeling for her. So Joni, you're right next to Barb on the picture.
Hi, I'm, yeah, this is actually, it's our anniversary too, just to let you know, today.
Oh, wow. How many?
There you go. And this is the anniversary person.
Yay! Hi, Roger. Great to see you. You look great.
So, Betsy, I'm going to cheat because you recently told a story about me that I'm going to tell about you. Is that, do you mind?
Not at all.
Okay, so Betsy and Sue came to the school that I went to and O.E. Henry went to, called the Chapin School in New York City. And 1961, was that the date we think you started?
Yes.
And Betsy came into our class, and so what were we? We were 10, 11 years old. And Betsy was very shy, but she also was English, and everybody wanted to hear her talk. So they would go and ask her questions, and because they wanted to hear her British accent. Anyway, we met in the playground and became friends. And I guess, I mean, it's mainly the story of her arriving, being very shy. If you can imagine Betsy being shy, embarrassed, I can't imagine her ever doing that again. But we became great friends, and we went to London, to England to visit them, Betsy and my sister and me, and we visited Betsy and Sue in Kingswood and played tennis. And their mother made us go and buy some tennis dresses in London because we weren't equipped properly. And we had a great time. Anyway, I could go on and on. There's nothing terribly embarrassing, I'm afraid, for Betsy, because she's always been great. But have a lovely day.
Thanks, Joni.
Okay.
Joni just celebrated her 70th last month, 2 weeks ago.
Last Wednesday.
So,
Susan, can I volunteer?
who's that? Yes, you have to go.
Yeah, right, Sandy, because I have to leave also.
Okay.
Hi. Yeah, so my memories don't go back 60 years, unfortunately. I met Betsy, a couple of years ago, and she was up in New York for Christmas, and we all went out to dinner, and somebody asked her what, she said she was a lawyer, because somebody asked, of course, this is New York, what her occupation was. And she said she was a lawyer, and he, of course, said, what kind? And she said, retired. Which I thought was a wonderful answer. Liked you on the spot. Happy birthday.
Thanks, Sandy. It's nice to
see you in New York again.
Yeah, once the border opens up.
I may be over on your side. I may leave.
Well, we're expecting an influx.
Yes, I know.
Okay, I actually, as the big sister, I'm going to say something before everyone leaves. So I was trying to put 70 years into like a Grimm's fairy tale or some kind of folklore. And the best I came up with was a combination of Cinderella, me being the ugly one, and the prodigal son, but I'm the daughter. Oh, I'm glad someone likes that. So anyhow, on November 4th, 1950, Betsy arrived. And I have to show you, if you can see it, probably not too small, this photo that my father took of me that day with hands firmly in the pockets of dungarees that my mother had made for me, looking very quizzical. And I have to say, 70 years later, I feel somewhat the same. Some of the similarities between Betsy and me, we lived with our parents till age 21 or so. We both went to school in England, New York, and Montreal, fortunately, ended up at McGill. But the difference is Betsy was born in London, I was born in New York. She was 20 months behind me, but started 2 years behind me in school, and by age 11 graduated to 1 year behind me, which starts to tell you something. And so she went on to be a successful lawyer, study law and be a successful lawyer, while I became an international finance banker, which no one ever understood and continue to be a mystery, I think, to the family as an entrepreneur in New York. But fortunately, she also stayed close to home in Montreal. So we're able to stay in touch with so many of our friends. And finally, I realized the benefit of being so close in age is that, in fact, many of her friends or my friends have become our friends. So I just want to thank you all for showing up today. This is fun. Betsy is not as annoyed as I thought she would be.
Delighted.
Enjoying it. And let's move on to the next person. Meg.
Hello. Hello.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Lovely to see you, Polly and John.
Polly and John. Yes.
These are cousins from England.
This This is
Ella isn't with us, I'm afraid. She's in Manchester at university at the moment, but this is just us at home. I hope you like my crown. I think I win for the sparkles, don't I? You should be wearing this, really, but
yes.
I do have a crown, but it doesn't see. I have.
No, I don't think so. Sorry. No. Someone's put some real effort in.
But look how sparkly though, sparkly. Anyway.
Doesn't count. It won't last.
Well, we just wanted to, we were reminiscing about some lovely holidays we've spent with you in various places, Betsy. And on one of those holidays, we got rather creative and wrote limericks about those present. And I don't know whether you remember the one about you, Betsy.
No.
Well, you get to hear it again.
Do you want to read it?
Yeah.
Yes, poet laureate, eat your heart out. Here we go. There lived a non-American Betsy who flew over the pond on a jet ski. She stopped off in Lambeda, ate lots of Welsh cheddar, and gave all the mice apoplexy.
Well.
I can't believe you preserved that genius piece of writing for all these years.
That's cousin Meg, younger sister of Nick and Andrew, and her husband John and daughter, obviously. Anyone else frantic? Who's MCM 19?
That would be me.
Yes.
I noticed I'm one of the few men in on this occasion. I think that means something.
Michael.
Yeah. You know, Betsy and I got to know each other long ago in law school, along with my cousin Nancy Savage. And Betsy always took the most difficult courses. I took the easiest ones I could find. That tells you something. The other thing I've noted here is that Betsy has been taking notes. Have you noticed? You seen that?
Yes.
Every often her head goes down and her right arm is starting to do something. You realize that if Betsy is taking notes, it means it's ammunition. So all of you should be paying close attention to what's going on here. Correct, Betsy?
Thank you, Michael. I spent many years taking notes together side by side at law school.
Here's another note from the Betsy's. Let's see what he has to say. Rick, great to see you. Rick Shannon. Oh, whoops, we have to unmute. Hang on a sec.
There.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. Don't have any nasty anecdotes about Betsy, I must say, but I have great memories. And Betsy and I were at law school at the same time and spent our professional careers in the same law firm and had many great discussions, many laughs, and many bitching sessions over the years. And she's been a great friend, and I just want to wish you a happy birthday, Betsy.
Rick, thank you so much. That's really sweet of you.
And how about Michael's other better half, Judy Martin?
Okay, well, I only know Betsy because of Michael. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't know each other. So I'm grateful for that. We've known each other now for 37 years. Neighbors for, stop taking notes, it's being recorded. Which we don't know how we're going to retrieve it, but it's being recorded.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, we've been friends for 37 years. We've shared many dinner parties in our Sunday night group. We've walked, we've played tennis, we've skied, we've walked dogs. We are good neighbors who are there for each other. It's been a pleasure to help Sue organize this behind your back, Betsy, with the small group of 5 who you thought. So it's nice that everybody has joined the Betsy party parade, but I've already seen Betsy today, but I have no problem wishing you many, many happy returns. And I'd wish you another 70 years, but I'm pretty sure you don't want all 70, but happy birthday and keep well.
Thanks, Judy.
So Tom, you've been very patient.
I'm very patient.
Tom is Andrew's son, and I guess a second cousin. Is that what we are, Tom?
I think that's what we say. Yeah. So yeah, I had some great holidays in North America with Betsy as a guide, and I was a bit younger than my sister, so my memories are hazy, but there's clear bits. I think I had a quintessentially English experience of coming from the home counties of England, which are very safe and very controlled and measured, and then experiencing the complete freedom of being in a cabin by the lake and just America in general. So Betsy was a real guide to that freedom, and I think that was a good stage for me, where I went from being quite afraid of the outdoors, and then once you're covered in leeches and have to check under the cabin for snakes before you step outside, it hardens you a bit. And now I love getting muddy and getting lost and things. So thank you for being a spirit guide to the wild, adventurous, free-spirited side of life.
Thanks, Tom. It's great to see you. It's been a while.
Tom is also a wonderful musician, and I won't comment on that comment with respect to our election. Sorry, I cut you off.
Well, Smitch, I was so glad to get this invitation, and it came as a great surprise. And I called BV up on the phone, and we chatted about New York and all kinds of memories. And we all are thinking about you all, and it just was neat. And when I first met you, Betsy, I thought, what a wonderful exotic life you lead. You know, you have seen the world, whereas I have yet to do the traveling that you have, and loved hearing tales about whether, you know, the things you have experienced in England, going off to Canada, having adventuresome spirit, and just a lot of laughter, and very smart with a wry sense of humor. And I think about, I don't know, Miss Neal, and I think about prayers, and I think about all the Chapin traditions, and lots of which I like, some of which I think I rebelled against. I think I was a little younger than when I first met you, but I remember having a class in, I think it was English, and the next period was gym, and I was supposed to run a race. And I thought, gosh, you know, this is kind of a boring class, and I never get into trouble, so I will ask I'll talk out of turn and see if she'll send me out in the hall, and then I could practice for the 50-yard dash running up and down the hallway, which worked for a little while until I got caught and brought into have a discussion with the elementary principal about, you know, what are you doing, my dear? And I was petrified they'd call my parents and all that, but they just gave me a warning that I really didn't need to practice for running races during my classes here. And I thought of you as just somebody who was up for anything and lots of spirit. And I looked online and I saw Lizzie in April. Was that your rescue puppy that I saw pictures of?
Yeah.
And I have and right here I have, I don't know if you can see him, but this is our rescue kitty, feral cat who we kept up with. And so we've shared that love of animals and the outdoors and sports and laughter and Chapin. And I always love hearing from you, and it's fun to do, you know, holiday card exchanges. And I hope that our paths can cross again soon.
Great.
Thanks. How about Sarah Colby? She's patiently been waiting in the corner there. Oops.
Unmute. Can
Yes.
you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Happy birthday, Betsy. We are pandemic walker friends mainly. But besides Betsy's stellar career as a lawyer, I bet you didn't know that she was an art consultant, because one very embarrassing day, well, it turned out all right, but she had an acquaintance who had great interest in a painting of mine that she'd seen only online, and needed real eyeballs to look at it. And Betsy was in Montreal and deigned to come over and look at this painting on behalf of this person. And thank God Betsy thought it was really okay. And so risked emailing the friend to say, yes, go for it. And it worked out all right. But great taste, Betsy. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, next, a mutual friend of Sarah and mine and Betsy's, Jill Stainforth, who I met on a tennis court in Ottawa. I can't tell you how long ago. And
44 years, Sue.
oh no, no, why were you counting?
No, I thought I would figure that out. 44 years ago, I moved to Ottawa and met Sue very early on. I think of you, Sue, as my best friend in Ottawa for sure. For those years, we played tennis, and I got to know Betsy around then, and our life intersected oddly because the place that you stayed on Lake Memphremagog as a family before building your own house, I believe was part of the compound where my godfathers, the Glassfords, were there. So there was that connection. And pretty soon after that, my brother, who was a Canadian diplomat, moved to Montreal. And somehow I met Betsy soon after moving to Ottawa in '76. And Piers, my brother, met Betsy as well. And this is a secret, Betsy, but Piers ever since then has said, "How's Betsy?"
That's what we did go out for a while. Lovely man, lovely man.
Yeah. So, and then after many years, we met again last year as I went through Montreal. I live out on the west coast of Canada, but I go through Montreal whenever I can when life is normal, and met Betsy again. And that was very wonderful. Sorry, not embarrassing at all, just wonderful. Wishing you a very happy birthday.
Thanks, Jill. Are you out in Vancouver now, or are you in Europe?
I'm in Victoria now. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep.
So now Cricky, who's
Sue,
been
sorry
sitting
to
here from the
interrupt. Could you
beginning.
just let my dad into the thing? He's in the waiting room.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
He's back. And he's coming back. Cricky's been sitting patiently. She was here even before we started.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, Betsy, yes, I've already spoken to you once today. My fellow Scorpio. I actually met Sue before I met Betsy. Sue and I, Deb together, God forbid. Do you remember? And then for a couple of years later, I guess I met Betsy through our mutual friend, Jill Harrington. And Betsy was at law school with Michael, as you heard. And we started to sort of hang together as a group. And that group has continued on for 37 years, something like that. And we still do, if the pandemic ever lets us do it again. We had Sunday night dinners, which were supposed to be quiet get-togethers where we just traded stories and news and so on. But according to Judy and Michael's children, they became quite raucous. And on one occasion, I think it was Keith Martin, came down the stairs at the age of probably 5 or 6 and asked us if we couldn't please all just keep it down a little bit so he could go to sleep. And Betsy went on to become a gourmet cook, which she to this day never agrees that she is. And we would do dinners at various people's houses, and we've continued on doing it for, ever since. Anyway, we walked together, we talked together, we were Vermonters together. We've shared a lot, and she's my fellow Scorpio, so happy birthday, Betsy.
Oh, Cricky, thank you.
Thanks. Okay, Diana, is it? I've forgotten if you're Diane or Diana. It must be 50 years that I saw you.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So Betsy and I go back a long, long way from McGill, and our lives have come in and out of one another's lives over the years. But probably the thing that I think of the most at the moment right now with Betsy is how our lives have come together around dogs, and how I was with Betsy at the birth, well, not the birth, but the day she went to pick up Lizzie. And honestly, during the pandemic, that was one of the nicest days that I think I've had in a long time. And I was very honored to be part of it. So happy birthday, and all the best.
Thank you. It's through Di that I got introduced to the breeder that produced Lizzie.
Oh, wonderful.
That's right. And give Lizzie a hug for me as well, please.
Ginny and Peter. Yay.
And Peter. So Peter and I had rented a cottage in Matisse, a return visit for me where I sort of spent my early years, but I wanted to introduce Matisse sur Mer to my family. So we rented the cottage. We drove from Toronto to the cottage, which takes close to 12 hours, and woke up the next morning, looked out of the window, and there walking up Daly's Field towards us were 3 women. The one in the middle, I noticed, I recognized immediately as Jill Harrington, and Cricky's already mentioned that was her connection to Betsy. And on either side of her were 2 women. I had no idea who they were. One turned out to be Maura Howlett, and the other was Betsy Mitchell. And they just plodded their way up. It was grand to meet them, and instantly I knew this was going to be grand. Since then, I discovered that Betsy and we share many common friends. Of course, there's Judy and Michael, there's Cricky, but also people in Toronto. For example, Pam Davenport, who Betsy knew, and I bet a bunch of you guys knew her brother, who was in your law class, wasn't he, Betsy?
No, he was much younger than I was, but we met through law. Yeah.
I see. Anyway, there was just a great confluence of commonality here. And after that, we got to know Susan and Betsy's mother very well, Gertrude, because lived really a block from us, and she would come over and have tea with us quite frequently. It was great fun, and it gave us a time to celebrate Christmas together when Betsy and Susan would come and have Christmas with their mom, and then come over to our place and have Christmas with us. And it just isn't the same without you. So happy birthday, Betsy. And I hope eventually you'll catch up to my age.
Ginny sped ahead of me yesterday because November 3rd is her birthday.
Yeah.
So just as I was about to catch up, she took off again.
Okay, so just coming up, so you don't disappear, is Susan, Anne, Lorna, and Sim in the order that you arrived. So Susan, I don't know you, but I'm happy you're there. And Robert?
You're muted. She's muted.
Okay. Sorry. There you go.
Am I okay?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Good. Well, I'm totally impressed with everybody saying all these things. Betsy and I have a much shorter time together, and really, it's not only our friendship, but our dog's friendship. Not Lizzie, but her other dog, Puffin, and my other dog, Crumpet, who were super good friends. And Betsy could go to the park and just, my dog would hear her voice and leave me and head towards Betsy, knowing that Puffin would be around. Anyway, so, I mean, we know each other, we like each other, but after I hear these 45 years of New York, London, blah, 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 I'm feeling a little with not much to offer except a lovely friendship of us and our dogs. And so happy birthday, Betsy, and yeah.
That's a
me.
lot. That's a lot.
Thank you, Susan.
I just have to announce that we have an arrival from France, who is the daughter of Nick Winterbotham And she and Giles have put out music videos recently. They live in Lyon. They live a totally creative life. But let me go through the order that I promised. So Anne, I've seen your name. Too bad we can't see you.
Well, probably just as well. You can't see me at the moment, Sue. I'm not quite Zoom ready, but anyhow, I'm delighted to be part of this group and feeling a bit like Susan Alain. I met Betsy when I moved to Montreal in the late 80s, thanks Sue to you and Sandy Simpson. And I found a friend. Through Betsy, I joined Laurentian Lodge and met Susan and Rudiger, among others. Went to Books for Breakfast, concerts, French language theater, all sorts of stuff I wouldn't have known about if I hadn't met Betsy. And among other things, she ferried our wedding cake to Lac La Roche when my husband and I were married in 2003. We met, of course, thanks to Susan Alain, so I'm feeling there are a lot of different connections going on here. The thing about Betsy, you know, some of you have alluded to it. She's very self-effacing, always describing herself as not being involved in anything, living a quiet life. But the thing is, she is. She's playing bridge, teaching herself to play the piano, traveling all the time, new adventures, reading just about every interesting book going, finding time to look after Lizzie in the pandemic. And for me, it's wonderful. She's got the intelligence and independence of mind to offer conversation and comment about all kinds of things, from where to get good takeout to current affairs. So it's a friendship, even though we don't see each other all that often, and I'm at the moment sequestered in Colorado. I want to say hi and happy birthday.
Oh,
and Sue, I have to leave. We're about to have a power failure here, so I may need to cut out. But anyway,
take care.
Thanks.
Lovely to hear from you. Okay, Lorna.
Hi there, the Mitchell sisters.
Hey, Lorna.
Wonderful. Oh, this is a great idea, Betsy. I couldn't find my tiara. I'm all upset. My tiara is put away somewhere, but I'm wishing Betsy a happy birthday. It's been, what, 55 years since we met on the tennis court. Betsy was the tennis, presented McGill on the McGill tennis team. And I've been going through some mementos recently, and I've found all these newspaper clippings of Betsy and what a success she was on the squash court and on the tennis court. So I'm sure it hasn't changed much, Betsy. Anyway, Sue, I think this was a brilliant idea. Thank you. And best of wishes to Betsy and to you too, Sue, for organizing it. Have a wonderful day, Betsy.
Oh, Lorna.
I haven't got anything more exciting to say than that.
That's very exciting that you're here. Lorna
Yeah,
is one of Betsy's and my mutual friends.
Right. And I mean, we have memories. We go back a long way. So it's great.
Really great to see you. How are you
Yeah.
doing?
Good. I'll send you my new address, Sue. I have a new address.
Okay.
We've moved in the city, so I'll send it to you.
Okay, great. Oh, an update. Great.
Yep. Okay. Talk
Okay,
soon.
so thanks, Lorna. Sim next.
Okay.
Sim? Oh, do I have to do something here? Sorry. Wait. Okay, now we got you.
Do we? Okay. A guy has a filthy parrot. It's absolutely terrible. And he has some friends over one night, and it's so rude that the friends up and leave. So he takes the parrot and he puts it in the freezer, and he goes and he has his dinner. And then he thinks to himself, you know, I'm not really that guy. So he goes back and he opens the freezer up, and there's the parrot. And the parrot says, I am very sorry. I will never, ever curse or swear or say anything inappropriate again. And the guy goes, oh, good. Okay. And the parrot says, by the way, what did the turkey do? I just thought that.
I like that.
I have a little limerick while we're at it, which I just wrote as I was reading, enlisting on. Betsy's cabin by the lake in Vermont is often her favorite haunt. She played and she danced, oft wearing red pants, and for friends she was never in want. A very happy birthday, Bets. We always share a lot of laughs, and when I'm in Vermont and the banality of the conversation kind of drags to the lowest level, I always know that I can go to cabin one and there will be Betsy having her tea and doing the New York Times crossword, and I might solve 1 or 2 words while she whips through 40 or 50 with Big Dave. So it's always a laugh and always a good time. And Betsy, you always elevate the conversation. A very, very happy birthday to you.
Thanks.
Nice. We did invite Big Dave. I guess he hasn't shown up. So, Amy, cousin Amy, how great to see you. From Lyon.
Where's Amy?
Well, she's lower right.
Hello, I'm not very good at Zoom.
Hey, Amy.
Happy birthday, Betsy.
Thank you. Great to see you.
It's cool to see a lot of the family here on the old Zoom, which is now the way we're all meeting in families. But yeah, oh. What time is it over in which town do you live in again?
I'm in Montreal, and it's nearly 1 o'clock. Are you in France?
Yes, I am.
Tell us about your latest video.
The stop motion one that I just brought out.
Whatever you like.
Yeah, I just did a stop motion video moving bits of paper around for a month. With a live, I'll send a link to everybody. That I didn't mean to come on here and advertise myself or anything, but I'll
That's not what you said before.
Damn it, I've been rumbled. So yeah, I'll send you a link for the stop motion. And actually there's another clip coming out in a couple of weeks where you can see me running around Marseille in a ridiculous dress, like some kind of weird disenchanted princess. So
it's a gorgeous dress.
Thank you.
Anyhow, she's just creating. I mean, how lucky can we be to have someone in the family like that?
Oh, thanks, Sue. This is Betsy's day. It's all about Betsy today.
no, but it's nice to have second cousins who are.
That's what I am. I'm a second cousin, aren't I? I was wondering if I was a second cousin removed.
Removed when you get removed, actually. I don't know how that works. Wave Andy, do you feel Andy cousin? Have you said enough? Did you have a little more now that you're out of the hospital?
Well, I just have very happy memories of time spent with Betsy at all sorts of different times when I seem to turn up in Canada and catch up. I remember lovely times in Kingswood. I always associate Kingswood with you guys. It's just enormous happy times we had together. But nothing can really beat going down to the beach, down to the lake. I don't know how many times I came down with you, maybe 2 or 3 times, was it? And I remember people like Rudiger and going sailing with lots of vociferous arguments about who won the sailing competitions and things. And I always had to go back and tell Betsy, why do they get so stressed by losing at sailing? But it never worked. They always got very cross with each other. But it was a lovely, peaceful time. And I'm sure that Becky and Tom remembered those times really clearly as well. So those are just wonderful things, always with a smile. And we love you, Betsy, and you know it.
Thanks,
Big
Andy.
Dave had to send his regrets. Now, we haven't had Jill Harrington yet. Are we going to get to 1 o'clock without Jill Harrington? Betsy, how would you like to react to this event?
I don't know what to say. Firstly, it's just so amazing to see everybody from all over the place, nearby, far away. I mean, Amy, we probably haven't seen since Christmas of 5 years ago, maybe. We meet, some of them I meet at class reunions from my New York school. Rick, well, I just actually saw you not so long ago on Lizzie's adoption day, I think, or something like that. But it's incredible to see everybody. Sue, thank you so much for collecting everybody together. It's amazing. Nick, Chris, I can't believe it. We're going to have a very rocky little time, I think, ahead of us. And I'm just so delighted that today started in this way for me and not just being dragged down by Trump and the likes. And I think my word for the next year, maybe for the next decade, is just kindness. I'm so sick of people being nasty to each other and divisive, and just doesn't take very much to just be kind. And that goes from our political leaders and our corporate leaders just down to me and my dog. So I leave you with that thought, and I really am just so overwhelmed and so touched by seeing people and from all your words. Ian Porter and I just touched base for the first time in a long time last week, I think. It was incredible.
Yeah, it was so nice to catch up with you, Betsy.
Yeah. So thank you, everybody, for your kind words.
Amazing. Do we really want to leave this party?
I am going to, thanks to Judy, light my birthday cake.
Oh, very nice.
You see it?
It's huge.
Birthday.
It's enormous.
It's big enough for one person, Betsy.
Oh, that's fabulous.
I'll come right over.
Birthday, thank you.
Well done. Let's all sing her happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Betsy. Happy birthday to you.
Hey, it's the Zoom choir.
It wouldn't be the first time. It's been quite amazing.
Yeah, Amy, how did that pass your musician's ears?
It sounded beautiful.
Happy birthday,
You
Betsy.
mainly just hear Dad, to be fair. So.
Thank you, Sue, very much.
Okay, Sue, good job. Thank you.
Yeah,
Happy
thanks, Sue.
happy birthday, Betsy.
Birthday, Bets.
That's the
Happy
love from down the
birthday.
street. Nice to
Thank
meet
you,
everyone.
Sue.
This is
Bye, Bets.
I'm hoping this is recorded, so I'll try to send you copies.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Hate to see you go.
Thank you.
Pleasure to see you,
Yeah.
Betsy.
Take care. Thanks a lot.
Take care.
Happy birthday, Bets.
See you soon.
Happy
So very much.
Everybody's disappearing. Boom, boom.
Bye. Have a good day. Have a great
Ian,
day.
it's great to see you.
I
Long
think your
time.
mother she just left.
Who?
Andy, I think your mother may have just
Take care. Keep warm.
Bye, Betsy.
Good advice.
Have
Bye,
fun
everyone.
and be wild.
Oh, somebody's turned upside down. Sim.
Bye, Meg. Bye, Sim. So
Sue,
Ian,
that
tell
was
us
a-
more. You're still here. Trying to get off.
I think he's
So how did you enjoy that?
That was fantastic.
incredible. Incredible. Thank you so much. I mean, people from God knows where. I mean, I don't know how you found them all.
No, I don't either, really.
Yeah, Zoom is a great idea, Sue.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that fun? As I think Betsy said, we would never have all got together
No,
in
impossible.
person.
There's some pluses from Zoom.
Oh, yeah.
Minuses as well, but
Oh, definitely.
I can't give you a big hug, Betsy. But
Oh, Ian's great chat. I thought you were going to tell them that when we were 18, we were so worried that we wouldn't get married that we decided that when we were 30, we would marry each other if we weren't married.
Ian fooled us.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to have you. My God, this is, oh, John had to leave. This is just like real going back in time.
Yeah.
Take care.
I said,
Yeah, bye, Ian.
The people who showed up, I mean, we're just such a variety. I'm not sure any didn't, but It was great.
Oh, that was incredible.
Oh, Angela, by the way, sends her regrets. She's hiking some trail in New Zealand at the moment.
South Island or something. Yeah, she sent me her.
Humming something.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's my
Oh, dude,
gift to
that
you.
was incredible.